everyone knows the saying Kriya Ma'iris Zman. The Kriya that we learn in the Parshah has to do with the time being. One of the Mekayos to that is the Arizal, when he talks about Parshah Shemos, that Shemos was the Aschala from Yeridas Bnei Yisrael to Mitzrayim, and because it was the beginning of Yeridas Bnei Yisrael to Mitzrayim, so it's also the beginning of the Zman to be Mitak in the Yisrael. What does they have to do one with the other? What's the connection? So there's a Gemara in Erevin Yid Gimel, Adam Rishon after the Chet, the Tshuva. There was 130 years Shapirish Me'ishtoi, and in those 130 years, says the Arizal, he saw Keri La'ansoy. And the neshamas that came out of the Keri La'ansoy, there were neshamas over there, those neshamas were the neshamas that were Dora Mabul, Dora Flaga, with Dor Mitzrayim. And that's why in the Dor Flaga we see the Lashon Hava Nilvin Levenim. They said, let's go build a tower and Chas Hashem make a Muhammad with Hashem. And the same thing happened in Mitzrayim, that Paroi was Mavid Bnei Yisrael b'choymer uvilvenim u'va'avoida kusha. The same choymer u'veinim avoida kusha that was in Mitzrayim, it alludes to the levenim that were in the Dor Flaga, and that's how the Arizal tells us that there was a connection. Arizal says, how could it be that such neshamas that came out of Adam Rishon had such big pgamim? The Dora Mabul were poigim in Yesoid and in Kedusha, and Dora Flaga in Kfira, and then again in Mitzrayim, again in Kedusha, again in Avais. How could it be that there's such big neshamas? He says, Adarabah, the Yetzer Hara looks for the big neshamas. That's where the person has to be most careful. If he has and that's why Bachim come to me and say, I have Nisyonis. You have Nisyonis, you have a big neshama. If you don't have Nisyonis, then you're in a problem. If you have Nisyonis, it's a good simon. You have potential, but you have to use it. You have to bring it ma'koyach l'poyach. That's one of the reasons why there's a beginning to say Sipur Tzadikim, because Tzadikim brought that tzaddik that they have inside ma'koyach l'poyach, and that's what we have to do. Akaponim, the 130 years, the Kal Shana from Adam Rishon, that oinus that he had, which wasn't even the Gabe Adam Rishon was a big pagam because it was so huge, it was so tremendous, such a tremendous neshama. So it made a pagam that carried, and that's what happened with these neshamas. So now we're in the Parshas of Yeridas Yisrael the Mitzrayim. Says the Arizal, it's the Zman HaMesukul to be metak in the Yisrael. So how can we do that halacha l'maaseh? So the Arizal says that it's not enough to just do tshuva, because to erase the Gehenim, says the Arizal, even if we do tshuva, there's still a pagam that stays, and to be menaked a pagam, even though Hashem was moichel, and even though ein maskir loy ma'avin zelo oilam, he still has to have Gehenim. That means that the Rambam that says that a person that does tshuva shlema, they're not maskir the chet, doesn't mean that he goes right into Gan Eden, says the Avi. When the Avi was Mekabel all of his Torah from Eliyahu Hanavi, yeah, the Arizal says that he still has to have Gehenim to clean up the pagam of the Yisod and all these averis, that he is moine, that it's not enough just tshuva alone, he has to do other tikkunim. The tikkun for pagam Yisod is to fast for 84 days consecutively. 84 days, besides for Shabbos, for Chodesh, and then after Pei Daled Yom, then you do a tefillah, vidui, a Yom Tshuva with tzedakah, and then you could, a Yom Tshuva with yichudim, tefillas, and then you're good. But today we can't do that. We can't fast for most people can't fast for 84 days. And even if you do the patentum, Arizal has some shortcuts, like to fast for 2 days consecutively equals 27 tanesim inconsecutively. So if you have any 2 days, count for 27 tanesim. And any 3 days in a row, that means with the nights. 3 days with the nights is equivalent to 40 tanesim. So you could do 3 days twice, and then 3 days twice you can't do it in one row, but you could do 3 days, and then make a hefsek of a day, and then 2 days. There are all types of ways, but we can't do that. We can't barely fast. So what do? We do the Eitzah of the Ramah. Ramah says to be pointed the Tanesim with geld. We're in Hilchah Shabbos. If a person was Mechal Shabbos, has to do tshuva, so he has to give Chai Pshitin, he has to give tzedakah for the days that it was Mechal Shabbos. So the same thing here. We give tzedakah for every single day of a tainus to be pointed that day. So what is the shir of tzedakah that we have to give halacha l'maaseh for every single day? We need 84 tanesim for every pagam Yisod. How much tzedakah do we have to give? So says the Baal Tanya, you have to give however much you eat a day. If you eat a day $10, you have to give $10 for every day. If you eat 84 times 10. If you eat $20, then 20. If you eat $100, then it's 100. However much you eat from Aleisa Shachar till Tzeisa Kechavim, that's what you have to be pointing. But the Ben Ishchai says that there are people that can't do that, and it's a very big pidyon. So if you can't, the Ben Ishchai says that it's enough to give the minimum that a person can be miskayim for that day. That means that, let's say bread and water would be $3 or $2 a day. So you do $2 or $3, couple that amount 84 days. For sure, to do the tikkunim, we should try to be machmir with ourselves. Everyone, if he should be a choltoy, kol asher lo yitam ba'at nafshoy. The person has to give everything that he has for his nefesh, to be poida his nefesh from the klippis, and the Shem should help. We should be zoiche. Now, the Maise, for the Chaver in America, anyone that wants to do Tikkun Shovavim should go to, there's a Mekubal with Moshe Milstein, and Moshe Milstein in Flatbush. He does a Tikkun Shovavim. You can be in contact with Daniel Berkowitz. Every single Sunday there's a Tikkun Shovavim. Besides for that, there are other Tikkun Shovavim in all types of places where there's a Mekubal that has in mind the Kavanas for everyone that's there. And people ask me, is it enough to be mishtatif on WhatsApp? Today the yeshivas and mikabams, they send us money and we'll do it for you and you can look on WhatsApp. It's not enough. You have to be there. The Pinchas Kodesh says, Tshuva B'Rabim has a din of Tshuva Mehaveh. If you want to do Tshuva Mehaveh, do Tshuva B'Rabim. Go to be with the Rabbim together. And B'Chalal, WhatsApp full of Zehama. How can you make a tikkun yourself with WhatsApp? But anyway, B'Kitza, the Tshuva B'Rabim, and with Tshuva B'Rabim, and with the Tainus, Kulai Ai V'Ulai, because the whole Indian of the Tainus of the Tzedakah doesn't say the Avid. The Avizal says you got to fast. But we can't be Mekayim the Divrei Avid completely. So the Mekubalim, all the doyos try to be maker with people, and we try to do all types of things, all of them, to make things easier. So they found all types of patents. If a tainus could be nivde with tzedakah, v'chatascha b'tzedakah proik, it's a pasuk in Daniel, Yechazkel, remember, v'chatusach b'tzedakah proik, your chet, you should be poidu with tzedakah. So Hashem should help us. We should be able to be poida all of our avoidness and the chen, anyone that did a chet of nida chas v'shalom, and that could be even if he made a mistake in the cheshbon. A lot of times chas v'shalom in the beinin there's a mistake. These types of things he needs a tikkun nida and other things. So there's all types of tikkunim for the shevavim. We'll try to go through them little by little, but Yitz Hashem. We should be zoiche to do Ratzon Hashem. Every single chet has a different amount of tanesim, has a different shiur pidyon, and we should be zoiche these imei shevavim to make lechtig all of the avoynes lahachis am love, to take the tzeitzis out of the kedusha, like the Abba Yaakov says, Abu Chatzira in Parshas Shemos, that Yosef said, Atem chashavtem l'ra, v'elokim chashavu l'toiva. You thought bad by selling me to Mitzrayim, but Hashem thought only good things. It was all the hachis am rav. It was all to be malad in the tzeitzis. The same thing with the avonis. It's if you're doing tshuva in the end, tshuva shlema be'emes, so then it's all the toiva, the hachis am rav, to bring the tzeitzis up out of the tumah. But it has to be tshuva shlema, tshuva amitis, with all the chelkei tshuva, and with the tikkun, the tainus and the pidyon. With all that together, we could be zoiche beis Hashem to make lachtik these days, and be zoiche to be as a tzedek mit the rachmas und den mein